evening, everyone, and welcome to this event. I'm really happy to be here with you, and thank you very much for joining. We are here to present the State of European Tech Community, a project that we run with so many other communities, and I really hope you will enjoy. So if you have any kind of question, please remember you can write it down in the chat, and we will present it at the end during the Ask Me Anything session. So how this event will work. We will have some quick highlights from the report. Then we will talk about how to handle the biggest struggle managing a community. And then we will have an Ask Me Anything session with some of our community partners that took part in the project. So let's start. Communities are the heart of innovation, the place where the dev world can meet and where, thanks to connection, it is possible to grow and improve our skills. This project has been possible thanks to the support of 250 European tech communities from over 33 countries. Here are some highlights from the State of European Tech Community that will be published this evening for you. So let's talk about tech communities. 68% of European tech communities was born from 2010 and to 2020. After the economic crisis of 2008, economic started to change, and the boom of the demand for developers in Europe, starting from the second half of the 2010, increased the necessity to create moments in which people can meet, learn, and make connection to each other. The biggest need was to create spaces for solving problems, improving skills, and getting inspired. All this was driven by the growing digitalization of industries, the expansion of technologies, and the demand for technical skills for software development, application, and innovative solution. Despite COVID-19, almost 16% of communities were born after 2020. You can find about tech communities, like 62% of European tech communities has less than 5 organizers. Being a tech community manager as a developer means taking on the responsibility of fostering and nurturing a community of fellow developers. It involves creating spaces for knowledge sharing, collaboration, and networking. The effort required includes organizing events, moderating discussions, supporting members, and maintaining engagement. It demands time and dedication to ensure the community thrives and provide value. It's an opportunity to contribute to the growth of developer ecosystem while enhancing personal skills on leadership, for example, or communication and community building as well. But as we can see from the data, a few people have this possibility to pursue this kind of journey. Community with a few organizers risk being unstable due to the fact that normally people do this in their free time, and if anything happens in their life, there will be no generational exchange to avoid the community death. So communities cannot exist without leaders that take care of them. If you want, in the state of, you can find also more detailed information about each country. So which is the average of organizer in your personal in the country in which you are. 58% of European tech community has a 1,000 member, and you can find also these data more detail in your country. I asked Alessia to share with you in the chat the state of, so that you can have a look at it while we are commenting data together. And the state of, you can also find another tool that can help you to understand the average of active member based on the size of the community, selecting the number of members that you have in your community. 52% of European tech communities has had 50 active members. And we have asked them also which are the biggest KPIs that you can follow and you see to understand who is an active member for you. And people answered interaction and engagement, feedbacks and suggestion, and knowledge sharing. 65% of European tech communities answer that they do the following activities to or support open source. They talk about open source during their meetups, share codes, resources, and slides on GitHub. Their website is open source. They encourage people to take part and contribute. They promote open source projects or create contents about open source. And they have, of course, also open repos. And this is the way in which they raise awareness. 12% answer that it's not their focus exactly. They don't give particularly direct support on it. And 22% answer that they didn't give any kind of answer to this question. Let's talk about tech events. In 63% of European tech communities organize up to 10 meetups each year, which means an average of one a month, excluding 2 months of August and December, when normally people are on vacation. To keep an active community, it's really important to create routines and cyclical moments in which members can meet, learn, and make connection. Monthly meetups are the best practice. The second Tuesday of each month or last Tuesdays of each month. In this way, people can easily remember the day that not to take any kind of plan, and they can attend your events and your meetups. It's always hard to understand how many people will attend tech community events due to the drop in presence. This is a big problem we face. So this drop is physiological, but it is so present as a problem in community management due to the fact that meetups normally are free of charge. 56% of European tech communities has a drop up of 40% in their person events, and only 34% of the European tech communities have a drop up for the 40% in their online events. In-person drop is unexpectedly higher than online one. Normally, we are expected to have a bigger drop in online events, but maybe some reason could be that the online dance tools used like Twitch or YouTube can attract people who didn't register for the event. And maybe developers register mostly for in-person events and not for the online ones. And maybe they like also to have the contents registered to watch it later. 66% of European tech meetups are about programming languages, framework, and followed by backend and front-end topics. So it is clear that the focus in technologies is on technology, but we can see also that there are a lot of topics that cover developers' growth at 360 degrees. A lot of topics of meetups are proposed by the community members. So for this reason, topics follow the community needs. 76% of European tech communities organize meetups with one or more front-end talks in person, followed by workshops and conferences. Online events formats are mostly meetups, webinar, and workshops, and hybrid events are mostly meetups, panels of discussion, and conferences. Let's talk about COVID. So several communities froze their activities for the COVID period. This decreased the involvement of organizers and big problems with members' engagement. In several cases, COVID caused community death, and some of them went reborn thanks to new organizers. In general, communities experience slightly fewer attendees during in-person events, of course, and difficulty in finding venues that would host tech meetups. Some communities was born thanks to COVID and still continue to organize online events and others decided to organize only in-person events because not interested in online ones. COVID also caused a massive generation of online content accessible to everyone with more playbacks, even though the attendance was lower. Developers prefer to learn in moments in which they have time, despite taking a commitment at specific time and day. In the resource, you can see the effect of COVID by country and divided also per community from Central, Southern, and Northern Europe. So you can have this also to see different things. Talking about socials and tools, 48% of European tech communities are based on meetup.com and 62% use it as main tool or to organize events, followed by Slack, LinkedIn group, Telegram, and Discord. 80% of European tech communities use LinkedIn and Twitter as a main social to communicate. LinkedIn is the social related to work, and communities offer a big boost to developer career growth. So it is the best place where communities can share their training events. Twitter is a super weak social, and normally developers use it a lot to keep updated about technology updates and new releases. We had also a focus on diversity, inclusion, and accessibility. 56% of European tech communities has a 30% of diversity. When we talk about diversity, we understand it at 360 degrees. This means gender identity, disabilities, religions, culture, ethnicals, and different backgrounds. Groups with higher percentage of diversity have the possibility to grow faster and more comprehensively thanks to the possibility of seeing and approaching problems for several points of view. And if you would like to see the diversity that there is in your country, for in the community that are in your country, you can see it also in a dedicated tool that you can find on the resource. Using an inclusive language, organizing events in location that can be accessible to everyone, and applying a code of conduct are the top 3 activities implemented by tech communities to create a space in which everyone can feel safe, welcome, and at ease. The tech field has still a small percentage of diversity, but tech communities can do a lot to grow under this point of view. Here are lists some also other activities that you can do to empower diversity, inclusion, and accessibility in your community. Let's talk about struggle. Then we will have a focus on this. Manage time and resources is the biggest struggle for a community manager. Almost 60% of them. They run communities normally in the free time, and it's really hard to balance work and free time running a tech community, especially because it's necessary a big commitment to do it. Here are some other challenges like the attendance drop, or to find venues or topic of discussion, and find people also who are willing to help organize and manage things. But which is the impact that a community can have in developers' life? Well, it's a journey that goes beyond just the code and technologies. It's life-changing experience, and I can talk also for myself. This gives the opportunity to open unimaginable doors and offer the possibility to push a member beyond their own limits. A community is made of people with the same interests, passion, values, and goals. These people come from several cultures and have so many different backgrounds, skills, and seniority levels. So the biggest values are exchanging, learning, and sharing. Actively living in this environment allows developers to empower themselves both personally and professionally. A community is a safe place where developers can overcome imposter syndrome and gain confidence in helping others no matter their experience. It's everything related to sharing. Every idea and skills is truly valuable and it can help others grow. There are a lot of stories that you can read on the state of people who found their dream job, who found a family where they can stay and new friends. And thanks to the community, a lot of people were helped to start their personal journey in this tech world. Now, I would like to share with you some suggestion to how to manage the biggest struggle for tech community manager. Let's start with problems. So the problems that we have seen are mostly managing time and resources, build and maintaining engagement, find location for events, find partnership and sponsorship, manage social media, and meetup organization. How to manage time and resources? Well, managing time and resources is one of the most significant challenges for a tech community manager. It's a complex issue, but there are strategies to address it effectively. Delegation is the key solution. I know it can seem really easy, but it's not in reality. However, for delegation to work, you need the right people to delegate to. In many cases, community managers are a few in number because they are individuals who take the initiatives to start and grow a community. Communities are formed when people with common needs and interests come together to work towards fulfilling those needs. Whether it's about networking, giving back to the community, or enhancing one's knowledge, the fundamental principle remains the same. People seek connection with like minded individuals who share their goals and aspirations. It's in these shared objectives that a community finds its purpose and strength. Through collaboration and collective efforts, members can achieve more together than they could do individually, making community building a powerful and enriching experience for everyone involved. The formation of a community follows a distinct path where needs are the initial driving force. The sense of belonging and identity within the community emerge after all that. To build a thriving community is crucial to understand the steps that lead individuals to join. It can start with following a particular speaker or diving into a specific topic or addressing common challenges at work, whether they involve technical struggle or team management, for example. In the early stages, the specific nature of your community matter less. It's the shared interest and the needs that unite individuals. Whether it's a focus on Python as language or front-end development as scope or Salesforce talking about a specific product, what's important is to architect a path that begins with people interests, eventually leading to the sense of identity and active participation within the community. Here is a framework that you can use to talk more about, to design better your community. So here are the 7 P's of community. So the things in which you should be more focused on, like people. So let's understand who are they, at what level they are in their career, which are their problems, what makes them happy. The purpose, why does your community exist? This is really hard sometimes to understand, no? Which are the community change, but what there is in common, which is your mission, which is the opportunity of your community and for your members. Then for sure, a community needs a place online, where they can interact with each other. Then the participation. What do members do? Clarify how they can help. As to organize the next event is too much. Let's start with little things. So clarify, what does it mean to be a member of your community? So how can people can help and can help you in your community and feel themselves as active member? Another P is policy. So which are the values, the guideline, the rules? The same purpose, a lot of communities can have the same purpose, but different values. So what's the difference is the way in which they reach this goal. And one of the policy can be for sure the code of conduct, but the way in which they want to reach the goal of the personal purpose, can be different and can be, of course, really important. Then the promotion. So how is the community discovered? Let's start little at the beginning, and then let's start talking about partnership, interacting with other realities and communities like you, locally or also online, maybe talking the same language. And then let's talk about performance. Maybe it's not the most important things, but you can have also some metrics that can help you to measure success. So just to let you understand that the goal, your purpose is followed, and you're doing what's the aim of your community. Another framework that I can suggest you is the Community Commitment Curve. This introduces an advanced tool for community manager, emphasizing the importance of establishing a clear path to involvement within the community. It shifts the focus from solely organizing events to actively engaging members. While many may believe that hosting exceptional events is the key to a strong and active community, this is a misconception. Events serve as a means to satisfy the participant needs, but they, stand alone, do not create a cohesive community. Community manager must also invest effort in other areas. It's crucial to allocate their time effectively, recognizing it's not about asking for more time, but making the most of the time available to manage the community comprehensively. By understanding this, community manager can better nurture their community, foster deeper connection, and provide value beyond event coordination. Let's make it as much practical as possible. I would like to share with you some practical information to solve the biggest struggle we have seen during the presentation of the state of. Onboarding plays a pivotal role in nurturing a vibrant community, particularly for those who attend events multiple times. It's about creating a sense of belonging and making them regular attendees feel valued. When you end an event during a networking session, for example, go to your attendees, go to them and ask for feedback, for example. It's a way of showing your commitment and acknowledging their importance in shaping the community's direction. It doesn't mean that you have to completely alter your community based, but you just need to make them feel valued. Feedback serves as compass to fine-tune the community focus. By actively seeking inputs, you convey the message that I want you to feel that this is a home for you, not just a temporary stay. I don't want that you are just a user, and I don't want that you just came here and listen to the talk and go back home. I would like that you contribute. So this make feel your members more part of your community. I'm part of several communities, and one of the things that we always say is ask people to help to set up the chairs, for example, at the end of a meetup. It's really a little things, but it can make the difference because you can feel people engaged, more engaged and connected with the community activities and what about what you are also. It's all about fostering a sense of ownership and involvement about community dedicated members. Encouraging people to actively engage in the community involves initiating action and taking collaborative steps. When you ask someone to manage a speaker, book a room, or communicate with a sponsor, it's essential not to leave them to tackle this task alone. Instead, take those initial steps together. This approach serves to reduce the risk of burnout and eases the fear of potential failure. It's about distributing confidence, one activity at a time, demonstrating that you are there to support their work alongside them. By doing this together, you can create a nurturing environment where members can build their skill, grow their confidence, and contribute to the community success collectively. Something that maybe for you it's super easy, for someone else isn't. So don't leave people alone. Now you have people that know what to do and how to do it, and they are ready to receive responsibilities. They have reached a stage where true delegation becomes possible. It's at this point that you can begin to delegate certain aspects of community management. However, it's important to actively encourage individuals at this stage to take on more responsibilities. Some potential leader may hold back from volunteering because they assume you have everything under control. So it's crucial to express your needs for their help. Asking for assistance is essential, and it goes beyond even organization. A community manager must have the courage to request support from others. We don't need to show that we are invincible. Without these requests, the community won't fully form and delegation won't naturally occur. It's not a magical process, and only a small fraction of community members will spontaneously step forward to offer their assistance by their own. Additionally, it's vital to prepare the community for change. This involves building resilience and even anti-fragility within the community. As change is inevitable, creating a clear path to involvement is essential and cannot be left to chance. Even if consistently organize enjoyable events, it's about actively guiding members toward deeper engagement and leadership roles within the community. This process underscores the needs for a dedicated group of animator, we can call them, or coordinator who can ignite the spark that brings the potential of community to life. Sometimes the potential is already present, but it takes a passionate coordinator to harness and amplify it effectively. In essence, creating the meta community that brings together these different aspects and resources requires a coordinator with a strong sense of purpose and vision, serving as the soul of coordination with the community. You can just bring people together and say, hey, let's talk. You need this spark. Let's talk also super quick. I have almost finished about finding sponsor. You know all that finding sponsor is really hard things. It's a crucial aspect of community management that requires skills, asking for those of a salesperson or a negotiator. It involves understanding both what your community has to offer and what potential sponsors are seeking, and the creating of meaningful match between the two. The key is to emphasize that you are providing them with a valuable opportunity rather than trying to sell them a product like vacuum cleaner. To succeed in this endeavor, it's essential to comprehend the specific goal and budget constraint for a potential sponsor. Engaging conversation with sponsor at other events can also be productive strategy. Whenever possible, focus on using real engagement metrics as part of your pitch, rather than simply highlight the number of community members you have. By doing so, you bring the discussion to your field of expertise and demonstrate that concrete benefit and value that sponsor can gain from supporting your community. Always remember that sponsors don't sponsor the event. It's not just think that they do one shot. They're investing in a project. It's your project. It's the community that can really be more impactful. As community manager takes on various roles, so each with unique responsibilities. So we are event organizer as planner, the community manager, architect, the participation of community members, organize events, and involve the community. We are coordinator, and in this role, the community manager coordinates a group of people that mobilize resources and support community initiatives effectively. We are also salesperson because, like a salesperson, the community manager actively seek for sponsor and money to create the events or finding venues, for example. And we also foster knowledge sharing. So it's important to acknowledge that a community manager cannot do everything alone, which underscores the need for effective delegation. The initial focus should be on finding the recruiting new individuals who can contribute to the community mission. And the community grows, the manager can then diversify responsibilities and roles among the members. The key takeaway is to be proactive, not to wait that others will come to you asking, hey, I would like to help. But do not hesitate to ask for help. Ask collaboration and delegation are essential for the success of and evaluation of the community. So, to wrap up, remember, do onboarding, meet the people that attend your events, and make them feel welcome and important. Engage them directly without expecting that people come to you. So be proactive. Lead them in little tasks that don't let them alone. And turn the sparkle, giving them the possibility to shine and becoming the face of your community. And then, for sure, ask. Always ask. So, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed and you have learned new things about the state of European tech communities, and also some ideas to how practically manage your community and facing struggles that you are as community manager. Now, I would like to invite on the stage our amazing community member, Mike, Vasiliki, and Julieta. So we have a representation from Italy, Spain, and Luxembourg. Okay, Vasiliki is no more here, but she will arrive. Welcome. In the meantime, here is Vasiliki.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Welcome and thank you very much for being here. I ask you so I ask to the attendees that if you would like, you can write question on the chat and we will ask them to our community manager. Before starting, I would like that you can present yourself. So who you are, what do you do, and how which is your community and which is the focus of your community. We can start with Mike.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Michele Antonio Trizio, but everyone call me Mike. And I'm a computer science engineer. I'm from Italy. In my life, I'm the CTO of a startup that works on XR technologies. But I'm here as a community lead of GDG body. GDG is the acronym of Google Developers Group. We are a global movement of communities interested in Google technologies.
Thank you. Vasiliki?
Hello, everyone. My name is Vasiliki Moskou. I'm coming from Greece. I'm currently located for the last 6 years in Luxembourg. And I am a software engineer, Scrum Master, a bit of business analyst, all of this together. And since 1 year and a half, I have been the managing director of Girls in Tech Luxembourg. Girls in Tech, it's a global association started from the US, aiming to eliminate the gender gap in tech. So through different kinds of activities like workshops, mentorship programs, networking events, technical trainings, we try to bring more women into this community to empower them more, to understand all the different possibilities to enter into tech and to feel more empowered and comfortable. And that's what we serve for the community of Luxembourg.
Thank you very much. Julieta?
Hello, I am Julieta Salduendo. I am the community manager in My Tech Plan. My Tech Plan is a little community about hackathons. We made hackathons very focused in Discord and in junior developers. And I am working in CodeMotion Spain, developing and growing the community in around Spain and taking contact with all the different communities in Spain, and I'm making this work. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have a question from our attendees. I will show it. Okay, so how do you think the role of the community manager has changed recent years? Do you think the role of the community manager will evolve in the coming years? So let's start with Mike, and then we will do a round table.
I think that this is a challenging question. So the easy answer is yes. So the role of community manager has changed in the last few years because the COVID, and for instance, we used to organize event in prisons, and then in just a few days we had to change to online mode. So as a community manager, we had faced this kind of problem, and we had learned new thing. So and now we have the opposite problem. So we need to learn how to engage new people that in the last few years didn't ever attend a meetup or an event by community.
Thank you. Vasiliki?
Yes, for sure it changes because it requires even more analysis on what is happening within a community. So on one side, we can say that the community manager can also serve the role of a leader sometimes in order to make sure that the people are connecting with each other and there is enough engagement. But on the other side, there is also the need of analyzing the data, of looking deeper on how is my community connected with each other? How do we organize activities that bring people together and that also bring the knowledge to a certain stage? So organizing something and bringing together the community is not enough, and I think that through the years this becomes even more visible. So we need to go deeper and understand what the people need, what the members need, if we need to bring other people together. So it's more on a bigger perspective, for sure.
Thank you very much. Julieta?
In my opinion, I start to organize event for the tech sector in before pandemic, but only online. I am native digital in this way. I am native online. I start with all the online meetups, and for me, the challenge now is understand how the people can attend to a inside meetup and don't wait for everything need to be streamed. All the people when you make a on-site event and ask me, you going to do the streaming? Send me the link. In a case that I can't attend, and the people understand all the events now are streamed and it's not always, and the people start to think in a hybrid mood. I don't know, in the things happen online and inside. Maybe of I'm thinking in this is maybe the future, make these hybrid events always.
Sure.
Can I add something on that?
Sure.
I think it's interesting. What we have noticed is that with COVID, organizing online events was the first option, of course. Everyone preferred that. Then slowly we started again coming back to in-person events. And it was very easy for community managers, for associations to still keep things online. But at least what we noticed in Luxembourg, and I think that it's the same everywhere, it's that people kept asking us, can you do something in person? Now we want to meet, now we want to go outside. But on the other side, I realized that now it's easier for someone to register to an event, even if it's in person, but to not attend. So it's before it was when you were registering to attend something in person, it was more easy. It was more certain that you would be there. Now it requires more effort to make sure that the people are really engaged on that. That's at least something that we have noticed. Yeah.
Thank you. What about like contents? Like we have seen that now contents are everywhere. It's super easy to to reach contents because with online events we have everything in our hands. So which is the real, so why people should attend in-person events, why people should really connect and attend the meetups. So which is the real value for developers, in your opinion, to attend and live fully the community life? Mike.
Okay, the real thing is that we the main reason we should attend a meetup is for relationship between each other, just to share knowledge with other people in one-on-one. So okay, we have a lot of content online, but I think that we have to find some different kind of interaction during in-presence meetup, because we have online where one person talk to other people in one-to-many mode. I think that we don't persist to use this kind of model for Insight event, because otherwise young developers that never attend event before COVID they don't find the difference. So we need to engage them with different kind of meetup.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm seeing that there are a lot of questions, so I will change question for each of you. Let's see, and then of course, if you have something more to add, feel free to talk. We have a question that asks: do you think that AI will impact tech communities? How could it be used? Is AI for community manager good or bad? So, Basiliki or Julieta, who wants to, or also Mike, as you prefer.
To me, in my case, in the communities who was in Discord, for example, are so many tools that you can use to create content and automatize sharing of social media, sharing of interesting articles from famous newsletters who can be interested to make this dynamization into the community, because in some spaces the community, the thing is nobody say nothing, and this is my scare about say ask a question, or some automatization was possible with AI that before 1 year ago don't exist. uh, this is in the case of Discord, and maybe in Telegram, to WhatsApp, and I know exist another communities in these places, but I don't know Meetup. For me, Meetup is very oldie, and I don't know if we can do integrations in Meetup or places like this.
Okay, thank you. Do you want to add something, Mike or Basiliki?
I just wanted to add that
Otherwise,
I
I
fully
change
agree with
question.
Charlie. Do you hear me? Okay. So I just wanted to
Yes.
add that, okay, I think there is a lag, but I will continue. That AI can be very beneficial if we use it properly. And this is the case everywhere, whether it's on a tech community, whether it's for our own personal search on something, even to plan a trip, anything. But where it can help, I also agree a lot that it can help with the content and also with the analysis that we want to do afterwards. So if you have a community and you need to understand, for example, what is the most interesting part that interesting technology or tool that this community works on, you can have a lot of recommendations that will help you even try to realize, okay, maybe we should organize a project or another workshop related to a specific tool. And then when we request for feedback from the community, AI can also help a lot because it can really spot key questions that then we will have to see how we can adjust for the needs of the tools and the people that we are working with.
Sure. What I would like to add about this is that we are people. So AI is super useful to automatize sharing on social media and all these kind of things. But the role of community manager cannot be substituted with any kind of technology by my side. So this is my personal idea, because people needs to talk with other people, and empathy is something that nobody else, not any kind of technology until still now, is able to give. So this is by my side the really difference between our role, that is really creating connection and building bridges with people and understand their needs. So I just wanted to add this. Then we have another question. Considering a very small community, 30 people, made by different tech skills, backenders, frontenders, DevOps, what do you think could be a good type of event to organize to engage everybody? Good question. Mike, I know that our, because I'm part also of GDG body, so I know that our community is really also horizontal, so we cover several topics. So maybe you can give some tips or.
Yeah. So in this case, I think that you can organize several kind of meetup about different technologies, but you can join in some way those technologies. For instance, if you organize workshops, some workshops where you try to give some content about a project from front end to back end. So in this way, everyone can learn something, and you can join all the members of the community in a single project, in a single format of event.
Also, maybe with hackathons, Julieta, maybe like giving a goal, and then you can use several technologies.
Yes, I'm thinking in this. If you have all these different profiles, you can put all of them to work in something with values. Maybe you can find a NGO who needs help with the landing page. Maybe you need to any kind of group of people that have a necessity, and you can put all these skills to work in something significant and touchable. Maybe this is the thing with the hackathons. Maybe we do a lot of ideas and never find the way to create something that we can consecute in the time. So many times is a great idea, but we lost this great idea after the prize. um, and in this case, when if you have this community, you can follow and grow this idea, helps an NGO or a group of people who have a necessity. And if it's in a city, for example, you can use the community to improve one problem that you have in your city and make your personal impact with this community. Yes, this is my opinion.
Thank you. I don't know, is Vasiliki, do you have any something
Yeah.
to add? Or?
Yes, because initially I thought exactly the same hackathons, because even with this example, it's a chain. So each person and each profile depends on the other. So it's even like on during a work or during a project, you need to depend to the backend developer then to provide to have the API to build something on the front end, to do the DevOps operations and everything. But another thing that just came to me as an idea is if you have, for example, backend developers that are using different technologies, or front-end developers that are using different technologies, like different programming language. So that could be something that can be challenging, that we know that in the tech communities, a lot of times someone will really support the language that they are writing code, and they will say, yes, this is better because it performs better, or it's an object-oriented programming or something else. And that maybe another idea of an event could be something, okay, let's build something together and let's try to see the differences. Let's try to focus on learning another way of building something or another language, and then expanding our skills as well. Because it will be an easier transition to do that when you are fully on back end or on front end, rather than transitioning to a completely different skill. So I think that there could be some way to do a knowledge transfer between the community members, but on a smoother way.
Yeah, thank you very much. Another question. How would you suggest you can wake up a dormant community? This is a big question because we have a lot of community that after COVID that just have been frozen. So do you have experienced this? Maybe like Julieta started before COVID and everything was online, but I don't know, like Mike, of course, as a community that have almost 10 years. So what is your experience? And also Vasiliki, so feel free to answer.
The first things to me is how Michaela said in the presentation, ask the people what do you need, why you are done participating, what kind of things you want attractive for. And after these questions, and find the way to the people give you answers. This is the most difficult job, not do the questions, get the answers. And when you have this, you can start to create something and add new people interested in these topics, because the new people can have a new fresh help, and people who can help you to how Michaela said again, to if you need to delegate something, the new people maybe is fresh, who have want to learn how to organize this, and maybe these kind of people can um, make the work to organize, and the older people can enjoy the party.
Sure. What I've seen is that in communities after COVID, a lot of organizer changed. So there are really new people, new energies to the two parts to the project. Maybe the older organizer has no more effort because, of course, our life change, and we do it mostly in our free time. So maybe the effort that we had and we could have like last year is not the same that we can have this year, because there are a lot of reasons. So it's really nice that other people take care of the community and maybe start with their own, so to bring the leadership roles. um, yes, I don't know if you have other suggestion to add, otherwise we can change. question?
Yeah, I can add something. So, in my opinion, you have to ask yourself what is your why? Why did you start a community? And you have to find the way to communicate your why to the community. So, if you have a strong why, the community can feel it and can follow you.
Yeah, Mara was also saying that you can also try to understand why the community stopped by talking to people one by one. So, like informally over a beer, and try to understand why it stopped, and then if people want to start again, not only the organizer but also the community members, because maybe they shifted in other communities or they focused on other technologies that are no more the one that that are the one that you are running. So yeah, we have another question. In your experience, what is the maximum number of members of a community can have? If it is too large, can it always be defined as community? Vasiliki?
So, I am rather new on the world of communities and representing girls in tech, but I would say that on a bigger scope, yes, it can be defined because even at Girls in Tech, just by taking this example, we are starting creating the community of Luxembourg as part of the bigger scope of Girls in Tech. And what Girls in Tech has done in this case is that in every country across the world, Europe, Asia, Australia, you can have small chapters of people representing the vision and the value of Girls in Tech on their own community. So you have a bigger network where you can connect with people all over the world. But yes, we have to, it's like you have a bigger scope, but then you can split it down to smaller communities, I would say. So that's my experience. I don't know if I fully answered the question. Uh, of course, it makes it more difficult to connect with people, one by one, or to have smaller groups meeting with each other. But then on the other side, you have options. You can define some processes saying that, okay, our community, our team will meet on some regular basis. Everyone is free to join, and every time you might have different people connecting with each other. And even me being here in Luxembourg, I had the chance to connect with girls in tech from the US, and so we can create opportunities for that. And the more regular they are, the more easier it will be that we meet different people and we gain different experiences and knowledge. So I think it can be possible, but maybe the word community can be tricky indeed in that case.
Okay. Julieta, Mike?
I know a lot of community who have in meetup or something like that more than 3,000 people in Madrid, for example, and the people who take the beers one time per month are 30. And these 30 are the hard bases, are the real community, and another people are people who is there to take a look, make attend if the content is interesting to them and this. But I think all the this basis of community used to be a few people, and all the people who is in the groups in social media, all the things look amazing and super big. But if all the people can help, for example, to organize an event, we have a lot of hands, and no one in any case is like this, and the community is these people.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm totally agree. You have to define what is a member for you according to the engagement of the members. So you can have thousands of members, but maybe those members attend only one event in the community life, or you can have few members that attend all the events you organize. I think that it's a matter of engaging and how you define them.
Yeah, I think that like you can have, as said also, Julieta, you can have thousands of members, but it is like just a vanity metrics. So in reality, what really count are the people that constantly follows you, like participate in events or online. So they really exchange their know-how. They want to learn from each other, or they can help you also organizing meetups, doing like just little tasks. But of course, numbers, especially if we come from the marketing side, are the what we really love because if you have a lot of numbers, you are like you have power or you can do a lot of things. But in reality, if you have the right person, you can do a lot of things. And it's not, we are not, and this is a thing that I've talked a lot here in the last month during some events I've attended. We are not numbers, we are person. So we need to refer to our community member as person. And this is a little bit what sometimes miss, because of course we need to standardize, of course we need to create workflow that works by themselves, but by my side we need to create real relationships with person that are real, not because they just have to attend our events, but because we really want to exchange something with them, and we really see the value between these exchangement and sharing. So we have also other question, and now let's talk about diversity inclusion. So how do you ensure an inclusive environment during events? So hot topic. Maybe Vasiliki, would you like to start? Because your community is really focused on girls in tech, so maybe you can give us some interesting information to how to organize inclusive events.
So yes, I can give some examples also, because it's important that we are open and that we are accepting, everyone at our events. But from the scope of, because everyone can be invited to an event, but we have to be inclusive even from the scope of organizing an event. So what we try to do is that depending on the type of event we have, for example, if it's a panel discussion where we might invite experts to talk about a specific technological topic, we want to be diverse. We want to include everyone from different kind of experience, expertise, level, color, age, gender. So, and we want to give the opportunity to many people to see that everyone can participate at an event, because we tend to, when we usually join big conferences, big expositions, usually we see that the majority of audience is maybe, white male people, and we really want to try to change that. Everyone is invited, everyone, but that starts from the organization. So this is one example. Another example could be that when we also include, for example, we had one event some months ago about to learn how to network at networking events, because sometimes we end up going to a networking event and feel very overwhelmed from our status, our level, not feeling very comfortable talking to someone that is a CEO profile or a senior profile. So through the activities we organize, we try to empower a lot. So it was one example where we tried to give tips on how to feel more comfortable promoting yourself and then becoming more inclusive, even from a very junior level or from a very senior level. And of course, for women and underrepresented groups, there are always opportunities to talk more about how to be more empowered at your work environment, how to communicate and to celebrate more your achievements, because we all have achievements, but we forget to recognize them. And this is also happening, this can happen through various types of events, even in technology, even on organizing events where we can attract more women on learning a language, or to pair them with other people to learn from it. So it's really on thinking ways to be more inclusive around all the different aspects of it. I hope these examples helped, more or less.
I wanted to ask you also, when you organize events, like talking about networking, do you follow the networking? Like, do you create some path to guide the networking? If yes, which are the activities that you, as Girls in Tech, do?
We aim to have even practice sessions. So we, for example, what we had, it was a networking event where, it was with some drinks, food, people exchange information. Then we returned back to the meeting room, and we exchanged feedback with our panelists, who said, you know what, I realized that I spent too much time at talking with this specific person, but then, for example, there was no contact exchange even for a potential opportunity to collaborate in the future. So there are small tips that we can discover through practice. It's not that we do it really step by step as a guidance, but it can happen in some other workshops, of course. And that's why, even if we are girls in tech, we always invite and include people that are not even in tech, in order to understand this world and this aspect. So it's very important, because not everything is, it's a combination of having, really technical workshops and trainings, but also events that focus on the soft skills and on becoming more inclusive from the personality perspective.
Clear. Thank you very much. Julieta, Mike, what do you do to ensure an inclusive environment during events, or also during, like, in the community in general?
So, as you say during your presentation, in my opinion, the key is the empathy. Because you have to feel welcome and comfortable, everyone. So if you empathize with the people and ask them why they are at the event, what are their needs, and how they feel during the event, is the right choice to feel them comfortable.
Thank you. Julieta, do you subscribe to everything?
Yeah, obviously I subscribe everything, but for me the most important thing is think before to create a community. Which kind of community do you want to create? And if you have a community, which kind of community, and what are your values to you do you want to promote? And have a plan, make a plan. The plan can include diversity, inclusive communication, code of conduct, um, and so many feedback. Yes, ask questions. What can I do to you feel more comfortable today? This is the question, and train the everybody sensibility about these topics. They have the sensibility and the empathy. Train it is the most difficult challenge for everybody, not only for the community managers in the work, in every places. We need to try to take care about the people, and what I can do today to be your life easy or more comfortable, or like this is the questions.
Cool. So I would like to let you for free, but I have one last question for you. My question is more focused on, like, the members. So what we can do to make grow our members, and what we can do to make them understand that taking care and taking actively part of a tech community is important for them. So why it can be why it is important for them. We have talked about knowledge sharing. We have more talk about growth. So do you have any particular like also story to share of person that thanks to their community they have changed their life, they have grow in their professional career or whatever? So I would like to close with this. So who wants to start?
I can say not all the communities have the goal to grow and grow. So many communities are a few people, and this hard basis that I said before is the goal. Have this kind of friends, a comfort zone with people who is have the same interest in that you have. Maybe this is the goal, and when you have the kind of community to want to grow, maybe you can make strategic alliances with another communities, or nowadays influencers who create content that you are interested in and be part of the community, or make activities, or make a meetup, for example, and attend a meetup. This is the most marketing common things to do if you need to grow in this way the community.
Okay. Vasiliki, do you have any particular story of member of your community that thanks to the community grow in their career, or how do you make your community member grow?
Yeah, I have some examples in mind. So we have noticed for the 1.5 year we are in Luxembourg that a lot of our members, and also considering that we are in Luxembourg where the majority of people living here are expats, so we have a big number of people that just joined the country, and they really are looking for ways to belong somewhere and to connect with other people, to find out more about technology, but also about the country they live. And we all share a lot the same feeling of being expats. So this is very important. And through one specific program that we have been running for since July, I can think of many examples where we had the chance to. So it is a mentorship program. We had the chance to select 30 mentees from Luxembourg and match them with another mentor that would help them grow into their career. So we have many women that are now starting to find the first steps on their career. What should they choose? How to get more into tech, or to feel more empowered at what they are doing. And from our community, even though the mentorship program runs, we really make efforts to keep this community engaged. So we share updates, we share our news, we organize meetups, and I can think of many examples where we met with these mentees, and the feedback that we heard of how much this program has helped them, how much more comfortable they feel, even to make effort to do their first public speaking, or to just make a more powerful presentation. This is already, very rewarding, and it makes us realize that if we manage to help only one person, then there is a reason that we exist, and then we try to do more efforts to keep growing on that. So we share a lot this feeling, and it's also all about empathy as well, like Mike said before, because when you share a common experience, it's the connection is much stronger. So you can really see that your members will follow you, they will participate at your events. Maybe not all of them, maybe the ones that are more related to them, but there is the support. So you know that you have a community that depends on you and that also learns from you. That's it.
Thank you very much. Mike?
Are you sure that you want my answer?
I'm pretty sure, even if I don't know. Let us know.
Okay, you are my story because we met 6, 7 years ago. We shared the same values and the same passion about communities, and we grow together. We made great events, and here we are.
That's true. That's true. My personal story started with the community. I'm not a tech person, and thanks to Mike and the GDG body, I started my journey in this world. And then I joined several other communities, also mostly in the Google world, we can say, but not only. And I really found I can say dream job because I didn't know that community manager could be like a work also. So yeah, I really think that community can change developers' life, even if you are not a developer. So feeling in a place in which you are comfortable, in which people really want to share experiences, that really wants to help you, and grow together. I always say that we are like a family. So I think it's the most important things that we can have in our life, and I'm really glad and grateful for everything. So, girls and guy, thank you very, very, very much for everything you have shared with us this evening. I really hope that you as a community manager and you as attendees liked what we have shared with you. We will send, of course, a follow-up email asking for feedback if you want to contribute in the next State of Tech European Tech Communities, because it's a survey that we will run also next year, and we will try to grow together. So if you have any kind of ideas in which we can develop this project together, please let's share with us. It's really important. And so thank you again, Mike, Julieta, and Vasiliki, for everything and for your time. And see you in some events that, of course, we will attend. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Bye.
much.
Thank you. Bye. See you.
Bye. Bye. Bye.